Leonard and McCollum have, to do the heavy lifting in this game. I know you don't expect to do that. The rest of the team was 12 for 39 from the floor, which is not bad as far as shots, but I know you look for, better offensive production for the rest of the crew.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Was there a question there?
Well, you're looking for other people to step up. That's basically
yeah, we need. It's going to take a team to beat them, and Damian and CJ are talented scorers, and they both had great offensive nights. I mean, CJ in the first half was outstanding, but we need everybody, and guys have to be ready to make shots. They're a good help defensive team, so when the ball's swung out, they may be able to take advantage of those opportunities. But yeah, Dame and CJ, if they get 80 between them, we still need to score another 40 or 50 somewhere.
Hey, Coach, where did it get away from you in the fourth quarter?
They were very aggressive. Obviously we didn't shoot the ball well. We had 6 turnovers in the fourth. Draymond had an impact on the game at the rim and in the paint. They got more aggressive on the ball, with trapping pick and rolls a little bit more. So, I mean, in a quarter, if you have 6 turnovers and shoot 30% in a quarter, it's going to be rough. And, that's a credit to their defense, and we got to be able to handle that a little bit better.
Damian and CJ were very good in the second half, but they weren't quite on fire like the first half. And I'm wondering, did they just cool off a little bit, or did the Warriors do some things defensively to start to take that away?
I don't know. I thought the Warriors were a little bit more aggressive in the fourth quarter in particular. That'd probably be the main thing. I'm not sure that other than that, it seemed like they were trapping their pick and rolls, but they tried to trap them in the first half as well. First half, you don't expect, having 27 or whatever CJ had in a half. I mean, that's an outstanding half. But I thought they were a little more aggressive individually, and obviously Draymond had an impact in the paint.
Anthony Slater with the Bay Area News Group. You mentioned Draymond. How much of it was just good offense and he just blew up the play at the end? I mean, he seemed to have a couple dunks and he just kind of tossed them away.
His strength as a defender is as a help defender, and we've talked about that. But he has the ability to bother shots and block shots. He's quick reacting, and the thing with him is that if you beat somebody off the dribble, he's going to be there, and that's where whoever the penetrator is, Dame, CJ, or whoever it is, has to recognize that, and the other guys have to be ready to make shots if it's kicked out.
Mark Spears, ESPN. Coach, how, demoralizing is it that your backcourt could have so much production and still lose a game, or should I look at it the opposite way?
You should look at it the opposite way. It's I don't think it's demoralizing. We competed extremely well for 3 quarters. It takes 4 quarters to beat a great team, and if anything, it showed that when we play at this level, that we can play them and we can beat them. But I wouldn't call it demoralizing. Certainly, it's disappointing to lose a game. You go into the fourth quarter tied, but it's a tough place to play, and I think that if anything, it shows that we have the prospects are good. I mean, I think that we found ways to score. We just have to manage to score for 4 quarters. So no, not demoralizing at all.
Coach, what is the emotion like in the locker room after the game? Because is it more like a positive or like a little bit of frustration in there?
Probably both. I mean, it's certainly losing is disappointing, but it's the thing about a series. You learn from one game and move on to the next, and so there's the disappointment of losing, but certainly we got to take away from whatever we take away from this game and be ready for Wednesday and be ready to play. But in a series, you can't get too high or too low. You got to learn from that game, whatever, through a win or a loss, and then move on. So I wouldn't say it's not one way or the other. It's just we got to get better.
Coach, is there a chance that we see Nurkic this series?
Yes.
Next game?
That's to be determined.
NBA Italy. Coach, you did face the Warriors last year too. Do you think this version is even more powerful with Durant? And what do you think?
I don't know if more powerful is the right word. Certainly, they may be a better team. Ultimately for them, it's their criteria is whether they win a championship or not. But I think their ability to score this year with Durant has taken the load off of some of the other guys. Last year was a different team. They won 73 games and we're up 3-1 in the finals. So that's I don't want to discredit anything last year's team did, but this team will make its mark in the playoffs, and certainly with Durant, it's a different dimension than last year. All right, thank you.